What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So I've been in saddle hunting for like 2 years now. Let me set this down. I've been in saddle hunting for like 2 years now. I've seen a lot of guys do stuff right in that time, and then I've also seen a lot of guys do stuff wrong. So I thought about it and I created a list of the top 3 things or common things, in my opinion, that I think people tend to do wrong saddle hunting, whether you're a beginner or whether you're a seasoned veteran. So we're gonna jump up in a tree and I'm gonna show you guys the 3 things that I came up with, and I'm gonna show you my way of how to fix them. So now that we're up in a tree, I wanna cover the first mistake. The first mistake is your shooting. A lot of guys will shoot differently out of a saddle than how they do from the ground. They'll have a different form. They will rush their shot, punch the trigger, overshoot deer, and they won't line their peeps right just because they're trying to rush, and it just feels a little awkward being up in the saddle shooting compared to on the ground. On the ground, you have proper archery form. You align your lower half with your upper half, you draw nice and smooth. So you want to do the same thing in the actual saddle. Saddle hunting is broken up into 4 quadrants. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4, or strong side, weak side. For anything other than quadrant 1, I like to stand up. So if I'm shooting in quadrant 2, back to my left behind me, I'll line up. A lot of guys use the stomp pad on their platforms, but they turn their entire body where their lower half is pointed at wherever their target is, and they align their shoulders. Now, when it comes to actually drawing your bow back, a lot of guys don't do this right. They're just trying to rush it. They won't line up, and they'll still sky draw, which isn't what you want. You want to do however you draw. The guys can do the little push to it and pull like I do, or you can just pull straight back. But you want to have very little movement. You want to have as little movement as possible whenever you're drawing your bow back in a hunting situation, because any movement, a deer's going to pinpoint you in the tree, they're going to blow, and they're going to be gone. But with the saddle, so you're going to draw your bow back, and remember, a lot of guys aim after they draw. They do the horizon draw that I just did. So I'll reenact it again. Their target is down here, but they draw this way and then they go down. That's not what you want to do. You want to get lined up, kind of already have it centered, ready to go, and just draw back. When you get to full draw, you want to continue your draw cycle. A lot of guys in the moment, they'll get amped up with the adrenaline trying to harvest their deer, and they'll punch the trigger. And punching the trigger can cause 2 different things. You can punch it, throw your arrow off that way, or you can punch it and grab your bow, torquing it. So you want to continue your regular shot process. Now, I'm only a foot off the ground, so I'm gonna have to aim kind of over here at my target, but it's still the same preference as I'm aiming down. Go through my draw. Now see how my lower half is not really lined up, because this is a quadrant where it's hard to line up, but I'm on target. I'm gonna pull. Shooting that first quadrant is kind of hard to do this. It's kind of hard to stay aligned, but still remember, slow, smooth draw, stay in your shot process. So it's behind us, essentially, behind us. So we don't want to overshot, we don't want to over torque our shoulders and leave our front half facing toward the tree and torque back. I can already feel the burn in my shoulder right here. What you're going to do is you're going to just want to rotate. We're going to use points of impact for our platform to get us situated, angle us the right way. So I'm going to use this stomp pad and the base of my platform. But the point of being is you want to turn your hips to align how you do on the ground. So you're not going to fall out of your saddle. It's a little sketchy, it takes some getting used to. But let's move a little bit. The target's over this way. So what you want to do is, my target is over here. My target's over this way. I have my lower half aligned with my shoulders, and I'm still going to do the same thing. I'm going to slowly draw and shoot. So you want everything to be the same as whenever you're just shooting on the ground. However you draw, a lot of guys just draw straight back, but some like me also add a little lean into it and they pull back. But you want to just make sure you do it slowly and controlled. That way you don't spook an animal or anything like that. All right, so that leads us into our second mistake that people make. The second mistake that guys make that I see is not utilizing your platform with your top stick to kind of make a bigger platform for yourself. Like we talked about earlier, there's 4 quadrants. If you have a deer in quadrant 3, what a lot of guys do is they will turn and kind of do this to shoot here, perfectly fine. But when you have a deer in quadrant 4, you don't want to just turn your body like all weird and out of alignment and not shoot and probably miss and anything like that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to use your top stick as part of your platform to extend your platform. So you step on the top of your stick and you swing and you push against the base of your platform and you stand on your stick, draw back with proper archery form. You'll be a little out of alignment, but it is giving you an ability to harvest your animal, make your shot. With that being said, I did not come up with that idea. I saw that on another channel, so I'm not taking credit for that. The person that I learned that from, I will tag that video in the description so you can go check their channel out. Give them a little credit on how to fix that mistake. So tip 3 is gonna be might be a little controversial, but don't overpack, because overpacking messes with your organization. And with saddle hunting, or in hunting from a tree in general, you want to be organized. That way you can pull stuff out of your pack as needed to really be super efficient and kind of get it into the tree as quick as possible, quiet as possible, and everything like that, so you don't spook deer, bump deer. I've seen a bunch of guys just throw a bunch of stuff in their pack that they might not need. Now, early season hunts, where you're kind of first, second hunt of the year, you're kind of getting into it, figuring out what you need. That's understandable, but once you figure out your system, take that stuff out, because you're not gonna need it, not gonna use it. You don't wanna have to pull a bunch of stuff out of your bag, sit it in your lap while you get X out of the bottom of your pack that you needed next to set up. So don't overpack, guys. That is a mistake I see a lot of guys make out in the woods that really isn't necessary to make. So just make sure you don't overpack. A little bonus tip that I was thinking of just now, I want to kind of go over with you guys real quick, is guys practice and prepare all summer long. June, July, August, guys are shooting constantly. But when the season hits, nobody practices. In my opinion, we need to keep practicing, guys. We need to find our way into the backyard to sling a couple arrows downrange, just to kind of stay with our form. You don't have to set up everything, but just shoot a little bit, keep that practice going. That way, when you get into that situation, you feel more prepared, as of the last time you fired your bow was a month and a half ago, because you've been hunting in the woods. So I just wanted to get out here and kind of just share my thoughts on what I think guys can improve on, that saddle hunt specifically. That's what these things are. These things are my personal opinion on stuff that we could all improve on. I am guilty of all of these things. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. We have deer season coming up, so we're gonna be doing a lot of content. It starts this week. But if you guys wanna see 5 saddle hunting tips in the meantime, while you wait on deer season to come around, there'll be a video right here that'll show you those tips we came up with. See you guys in the woods. Thank you for watching today's video. See you next time.